England is my city, and most people are fake. You see, not everyone goes through traumas that makes them a better person. Not everyone goes through experiences that makes them a better soul. Not everyone suffers enough to be good, right? And you're gonna see that in a lot of people. Not life doesn't hit everyone so hard, right? Some people are, I won't say lucky, because they just don't get to be the best versions of themselves without suffering. Nobody ever got to be the peak version of themselves without going through something that they wouldn't even wish on the worst version of themselves. Right? So, throughout life, you're gonna go meet a bunch of people. Most people won't stick around, some will, and some will be there all your life. But most won't stick around, and some of those most will hurt, right? Because betrayal never comes from an enemy, and none of the scars on your heart are gonna be from an enemy. Because if you lose to an enemy, right, what's the worst that happens? You just feel more motivated to do better next time. But if a friend takes a shit in your face, or a loved one takes a shit in your face, then your whole world shatters because you don't know who to trust anymore. You don't know how many more times this can happen to you. You don't know the whole thing becomes suddenly that, oh, these are my people, these are my loved ones, and my life is so blessed. And it goes from that type of perspective to, could everyone be against me? And nothing is truly yours in life. You came here naked, you leave naked without anything to your name because your name won't even exist. So, point is, I mean, your name could exist, but like, come on, let me aura farm, bro. Point is, you shouldn't be associating yourself with toxic people, no matter how good they make you feel, right? And toxic people are welcoming for a reason. They have their victims because they're welcoming enough to attract people into becoming their victims. So don't feel too comfy with the person, because you can never be too sure of someone's true intentions unless you see actions. And even sometimes even actions don't, even that glitch has been patched. Now people will write books for you and send you a million flowers and shit. You saw this wizard list thing, right? Her dude was like, all that, wrote a book about her and then ended up cheating when she was like 4 months pregnant. And some dude got killed in India because his wife didn't want him or something. It's all weird. But toxic people do exist. Not, I mean, I don't think you're gonna experience. I hope not. Hope you don't experience something that shitty in your life. But there is a chance it happens. Okay, never say never, but hope for the best. Now, just because there's a chance that it could happen, doesn't mean that we don't have even a little control, right? So, what measures are we gonna take to identify toxicity? See, the closest sign to toxicity isn't when, oh, they send late replies, or they're always busy, no, they're so mean, right? People have depth to their characters, believe it or not, right? People do have depth to their characters. And the thing is, when you realize that people are more than just what meets the eye, that's when you finally see someone for who they truly are, right? In my case, I am a piece of shit to most of the people around me. But yeah, that's gonna change because I can't keep being a piece of shit. But like in general, talking about my past self, few months ago, a year ago, I would be a piece of shit to everyone but my friends. Right? I genuinely have done shit for my friends that like not many have. Right? And I would still take a bullet for all of them. But the thing is, just because I'm saying this shit, just because I'm sweet talking, doesn't give you any right to judge me as a good person. Right? Just because I'm saying all this shit doesn't mean I can go kill 3 people right now. What about then? You can't be too sure if I'm a good person too. You don't know me. You don't know the shit I've done. And that's exactly the attitude you should be applying to everyone else in your life who came later. Right? Parents have been with you since the start. So if you don't know your parents, even though they've been with you since the start, then like there's very little hope left. But you need to be able to be avoidant, not avoidant as a personality trait, but avoidant of the wrong things that could be done to you. Right? People could invite you to a birthday party and it ends up they're all just in a dark room holding belts and they just all end up spanking your ass for 45 minutes and then send you back home. I don't know what the popular fun kids are up to these days, but that sounds like something they do. And you need to keep yourself protected. You need to protect yourself from toxic people, but you need to realize you can be toxic sometimes too. Right? All of us make mistakes. All of us are biased because we are ourselves, and sometimes we don't see the wrong in our actions. Right? Just because, let's say, I'm on a self improvement journey and shit, and I do something which triggers someone, I still cannot just assume that just because I'm trying to be better means that I'm gonna be right. Okay. I still have to get a perspective on what could be happening. Because always remember this one thing: you shouldn't be the type of person to say, oh, they're just jealous when someone does something bad to you or says something bad. You need to be aware that you don't know what they're going back home to, you don't know what their situation looks like, so you cannot be unkind. Okay, just put a restriction on yourself. See, one thing about religion is that people oppose it because it's like putting, like God putting restrictions on your actions, and maybe that makes them feel powerless. But how about you give yourself that power, bro? You don't go out naked. Why? Because you have the power to restrict others from seeing your privates. And you can also restrict yourself from doing bad shit. You stop yourself from drinking. You stop yourself from smoking because you're not that person. How about you stop yourself from judging? And restrict yourself. Because judging's bad for you too. Maybe even worse because it's a personality trait and it seeps into your character, which is, way worse than what smoking and drinking is going to do to you. It'll kill you physically, but at least you would be happy. Well, technically, there's stress relievers and stuff. So, yeah. Point being, just don't stay away from bad people because you need the bad experiences, but don't make it go too far. Because once shit stops being shits and giggles, it gets to giggles and shits. And you don't want that. Right? We don't want that. I don't want that for you. And you shouldn't want that for me either. Piece of shit. Yeah. Just take care of yourself. And you should know when someone's doing you wrong. Because words don't mean shit. Words aren't shit. Only actions are. And sometimes, even those don't help you out. Right? Sometimes people can gift you everything, right? And do so much shit for you. They'll still ruin you some kind of way. So just beware. Don't use people's actions as a source of what they will be doing to you in the future. Right? Use them as evidence for who they are right now. And even that could be false. Everything could go to shit any single moment, and the only way you are capable of saving yourself is by detaching yourself. Be okay with being alone. Right? For a little while, if you don't find the right people, be the right person. Right people will come your way. Stay away from toxic people and don't reopen the doors you closed for good reason just because you feel lonely or due to some other condition. I don't know, but just don't. Because you're just inviting trouble inside. And if you know there's thieves running outside, you aren't finna open a window either, alright? Shut it off. Shut every source off. Not a little dwelling, not a bit more, not them becoming a massive part of your life, and not them being a little one either. Just zoop it, bro. And you'll be cool. Trust me. Abstinence works. Peace out. Good night.